Today I fucked up by kissing my boyfriend on camera at university. There I am, sitting online in a huge lecture, with only 3 people, including me, and the professor with their camera on. So you know how it is in Teams. My stream occupied 1/4 of the entire lecture view in a class of roughly 80 people. My boyfriend asks if the camera is on. It's 9 a.m, I am only a few sips into my coffee. Nope, I said. He lunges over at me and gives me a huge smooch. A good 5 seconds, tongue and all, hand on my neck. We're enjoying it when I hear my professor, "Hello there. Is this a student joining us today?" I have my headphones in so my boyfriend couldn't even hear it. I push him off, look at the camera mortified, and turn my cam off. The students and professor were not impressed. Not even a smirk or laugh, just looks of disapproval. My private chat starts blowing up with messages from peers. I'm a high-scoring student, well known to the department and faculty, being scouted as a research assistant and admission to masters. It's not like my behaviors escape under the radar. What happens now? How come I haven't combusted and sunken into the afterworld yet? Does anyone know who to call to get a new identity? Edit. It's captured on the posted recording for everyone to replay. Too long did not read. Boyfriend gave me a big wet kiss in front of 80 students and faculty in an online university lecture. None of them were amused. Assert dominance and start all your lectures that way. As of the asshole, I can assure you that nobody in the department cares. Your professor will probably tell their significant other about it when they get drunk tonight, though. Should have shown your permit to them. GIF. Giphy, 30EDUEHWLW6UIPA1WW, downsized. I don't even understand the problem. It was a kiss, not an impromptu amateur porn performance. Was that wrong? Should I have not done that? I tell you, I gotta plead ignorance on this thing, because if anyone had said anything to me at all when I first started here that sort of thing was frowned upon, you know, 'cause I've worked in a lot of offices and I tell you people do that all the time. Who fucking cares what everyone else thinks? Fuck all of them. Former professor here. I've had students make out through the entirety of my in-person lectures. I guarantee he has just laughed it off. As an aside, my advisor walked in on me making out with my husband in the lab when I was a 20-something. Just laugh it off and move on. It's just a kiss. No one cared. It's not that they were not amused, they legit don't care. Like at all. Today I fucked up by cleaning my son's, 13 male, bedroom and finding my girlfriend's, 31 female, dirty underwear. Let me start by saying she is not his mother. As any parent does, I tell my son to give me all his dirty laundry. Mostly so I don't have to touch it, so I can wash them for him. One day he was not home, so I went into his room and grabbed his dirty laundry. I notice a balled-up towel in the corner of his closet and I just grabbed the end of it, thinking it was just a towel. Nope. Out falls 2 of my girlfriend's recently worn, dirty underwear. I stand there coming up with crazy scenarios in my head for a second, like, must have gotten caught in the towel when he was done showering, or maybe it got messed up in the clean laundry. Then the realization hits me that our laundry basket is in the bathroom where we shower. All I could say to my girlfriend was, "We are about to have a weird conversation and I'm sorry." I pull out the underwear and say, "I found these in, insert son's name, room," and her jaw just drops. I didn't know what else to say besides, "At least we know he likes you." Now it is a little weird and quiet around my house. The worst part is, I don't know how to bring it up to him. Too long did not read. Found my girlfriend's underwear in my teenage son's bedroom when I was just looking for laundry. Now there is a weird silence when my girlfriend encounters my son. If you took them and didn't tell him, believe me, he knows. The first time he went to grab them, and do whatever it is he was going to do, and realized they were gone. At that moment, he knew. Yeah, you might want to wash those extra good. Son, it's time you learn some responsibility. If you want my girlfriend's used panties, you save up your allowance, subscribe to her OnlyFans, and buy them like everybody else. It's awkward to talk about, but as the father you really need to strike while the iron's hot here. He needs to know how important boundaries are, especially because he's in his formative years. You defo don't want this to become recurring behavior. Offer to get him his own panties. Son, I grabbed your laundry today and panties fell out of the towel. Can we discuss this? I've never had a "that's enough internet for tonight" moment, but this comment thread got me there. Congrats everyone, job well done. Keep an eye on the underwear. Say nothing to him. Then when he's 25, casually bring up over dinner with his girlfriend. Today I fucked up by offering school supplies to a trans student. This didn't happen today. A story I saw on another sub reminded me of it. So, I used to work in an educational role. I'm not gonna go into too many details for confidentiality reasons. We worked with all kinds of students with all kinds of issues. There were lots of LGBTQ kids, and more trans kids than I've ever worked with. I say kids, but all the students were 18 and up. I'm open-minded. I consider myself an ally. I've got lots of gay friends and I'm also a little clueless sometimes. I'm well-intentioned, but I fuck up sometimes. This happened when I was still pretty new there. So anyway, we're having the daily staff meeting where we talk about all the new students, and their issues, and what they need and how we're going to get it for them. Someone mentions a new trans student. They are AFAB, but now that they're with us they decided they would like to transition. They need new clothes, and they need a binder. We have the clothes on hand, but we need to get someone to approve funds for a binder, and someone to take them out shopping to buy one. This is where I chime in and I say, "Oh, I have plenty of binders." "You do?" My coworkers ask, surprised. "Mayanan, you're in charge of the learning center. You do computer classes. Help kids with schoolwork. Teach driver's ed. Help them apply for scholarships. Why do you have binders?" "Oh, I got a ton of them. We had a big donation. All kinds of school supplies. Pens, pads, pencils, binders, all different sizes. Highlighters. Calculators. You name it. Everyone looks at me like I've lost my goddamn mind." The student needed a breast binder to aid them in their transition from female to male. They did not need a 3-ring binder for school. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Anyway, me and the student got along great, and it turns out, as they decided to enroll in school, that they did indeed end up needing one of my binders too. And some pens. And folders. Got them a backpack too. A nice one. And #X200B. Too long did not read. My coworker said a new student needed a breast binder because they were transitioning to male, and I thought they needed a 3-ring binder. And #X200B. Edit. Thank you for the upvotes and the silver and whatnot. To clarify, my students were not children. They were young, 18 and up. Also, my role was educational. I taught classes, among other duties, but it was not a school. For those who have asked for elaboration, I can't really. I have to be careful about violating confidentiality. I had no clue until now. Was walking that today I fucked up right there with you. Would have volunteered the same thing. Super wholesome TIFU. Binders full of binders? This was helpful context. I saw a post earlier where someone came out as trans and that their parents were buying them a binder and I had no idea what they were talking about. You barely feed up. Like honestly, that is probably the sweetest misunderstanding in the world. It was so innocent. And so well-intentioned. You will for sure be a good story for that student's future friends and partners. How cute. I don't even know what a breast binder is, so that would have had me insanely confused. This is funny. Wholesome, but kinda weird that a school would buy students clothing, let alone a breast binder. Kinda weird too that those types of things are being brought up at faculty meetings. Am I missing something? Today I fucked up by using the same toothbrush as my roommate for 3 months now. About 2-3 months ago, I bought a toothbrush pair for me and my roommate. They both were identical except that the bristles were differently colored white and green. I assigned him the white one and I picked the green one for me and he agreed. Somehow he mistook it as green for him. And you know what happened. We have both been using the green one for 3 months now. He usually wakes up an hour before me, so he is done with brushing and bathing before I even wake up. And the toothbrush also dries in the time, so nothing ever seemed to be off. Today I noticed that my bristles were a lot more worn off than his. I jokingly asked him if he even brushes his teeth. He was confused and told that his was pretty old and he needed to replace it. We were both confused and then, the realization hit. Ew. We have emptied a full bottle of Listerine now and he nauseated a lot. Well played by both of us. I am never buying toothbrush and offers again. And #X200B. Too long did not read. Me and my roommate have been using the same toothbrush for 3 months. We realized it today and were pretty disgusted. The good news is that you still have a spare, unused toothbrush to share. So I lived with another guy for a couple of years. We bought a 2-pack of identical toothbrushes, doomed from the start. GIF, emote, free_emotes_pack, facepalm. After a while it's apparent that we're occasionally using the same one, so he cuts a little notch on his to tell them apart. Fast forward many months, I've moved out and have been living in a different city for a good while. One day I go to brush my teeth and noticed the notch and suddenly had a realization. For whatever reason my brain had just latched onto notch equals my toothbrush. Not only had we shared the same toothbrush for months while we lived together, I'd then taken our brush with me when I moved out. Now you should try kissing each other. I once caught my little brother using my toothbrush and he claimed, rinsing it under hot water cleans it though, so it's fine. Face vomiting. The real lesson here is don't keep your toothbrush in the bathroom. It's nasty even if your roommate isn't using it, because he's definitely pooping on it. Ted? Me and my wife did that, but I guess at least we're married. That sounds familiar. Almost. We were on vacation as a group in a hostel. Only one guy left his toothbrush in the bathroom after brushing his teeth. After like 4 days we find out that one other guy forgot to bring a toothbrush. And he did not skip on brushing his teeth. Never been so glad that I always packed up my brush when I was done with it.